You're gonna wanna gnaw into every last ounce of these ribs because the spice is so flavorful and the coconut glaze is irresistible. It's a Thai style coconut spiced glazed pork ribs. Welcome back to Wok Wednesday. I'm Jeremy from School of Wok, London's premier Asian cookery school. I can't wait to show you this one. It's a made up recipe from me. Now, whilst I was making this Northern Thai curry, it's sort of my version of a Hong Lei Thai curry, I made up this incredible homemade curry powder, which is made up with loads of different spices. And it kind of occurred to me that making a glazed fish sauce, sort of coconut spiced pork rib would be incredible. So here that is. This curry powder is made up of cumin seeds, fennel seeds, coriander seeds, black pepper, cardamom pods, clove, turmeric, and a whole load of other spices. Catch the recipe and you will see how it's been made. But the key for this is really toasting those spices and getting that lovely sort of fresh aroma out of the spices that you're then able to blend and grind up like so. You get this great sort of citrusy aroma from that spice mix. I've got some pork ribs here. I'm just going to slice them through. And I'll do these on a griddle, but they'd be great on a barbecue if you want as well. Or you could just sort of throw it all together and pop it under the grill or in an oven. I'm going to marinate these pork ribs with a couple of spoons, or roughly a couple of tablespoons of the rub first. A little pinch of salt and some oil, because I'm going to start by searing this meat in the griddle pan before I then put the glaze on. And that curry powder, when you home make your curry powder like this, you just get this really lovely earthy flavor that you just can't get from spices or dry spices that have been sitting on the shelf for months on end. The reason for that is you kind of release all the oils from that freshly tempered spice. Ooh, they look good already. Ginger and garlic for the glaze, just finely chopped. And we're going to mix all these ingredients together in a pan and just sort of caramelize it to a point where it's almost like a thin syrup along with this ginger and garlic. I'm going to make up the glaze directly in the pan. I've got some palm sugar here that I want to start to sort of melt into the pan into a natural caramel. I've got about 2 tablespoons of palm sugar. Once your palm sugar is melting nicely, you want to get all the sort of clumps melted through. You'll start to see that the palm sugar caramelizes quite quickly. It'll start to change color. At that point, when it's changing color, I'm going to pour some fish sauce into it. About 3 tablespoons of fish sauce. When it's bubbling up, get your ginger and garlic straight into there. Give that a quick mix through, along with some oyster sauce, about 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. And this is going to make an incredible base glaze. With some water here. And that initial caramelization of the palm sugar will give me a syrup much quicker. And bring that to a boil. And then I've got some coconut milk here. You can use coconut milk, coconut water. It's about 5 or 6 tablespoons of coconut milk. So just sweeten that glaze up. And also give it a slight creaminess. Ooh, it's like a savory fish sauce caramel. Once it's vigorously boiling, just turn the heat down to medium to low heat and then reduce that until it's a sort of thin syrup. So at the moment, it's definitely too thin. In a few minutes' time, we'll get to the right texture. Now to go with that homemade curry powder, I'm just gonna crank the heat up a little and put some chili in there too. So I've got one bird eye chili finely sliced, the other one just for a bit of added flavour, whole in there, just slightly pierced. Whoa, look at the texture of this now. Almost there. It's still a little bit on the thin side, so I'm just gonna get it that little bit more sticky so that it can really stick around the ribs when I whack them on the griddle. Once you've got this slightly thicker, more dripping consistency, then that glaze is ready. The smells in this kitchen are completely irresistible. When you make this, you're gonna wanna eat it all before you feed it to any of your friends or family. Right, with your griddle, you do wanna make sure that it's really nice and hot before you put your meat on and get that sizzling sound. Never lose your sizzle, whether you're barbecuing or wokking. Remember, we've got a bit of oil on or mixed in with that rub as well, so get a nice heat on this. You'll get a good colour all the way around each piece. But you want to get a good bit of char on each side. Whoa, look at that, lovely piece of meat there. And turmeric in that curry powder just gives this a lovely appetizing colour. This dish is completely made up. It's almost like a version of a Searing style barbecue rib, but with a fish sauce Thai glaze. Why would that not taste good? Once you have the char around each rib, that's when you want to start adding the glaze. And then you can start to turn those again and caramelize that glaze even more over each side. Woo! I love that sound. Glaze the other side. Oh yeah. And depending on how much smoke you're willing to make in your house, if you're not cooking this on the barbie, just keep glazing them. Look at those. If you've got any leftover glaze, then that just becomes a dipping sauce. And these ribs, very quickly done. Look at that. It's all about the base ingredients. My made up, let's call it Northern Thai barbecue ribs. I mean, look at these ribs. I am literally drooling from the look of it. I don't think this video is ever going to end. The dry rub or what was the curry powder just jumps out at you. There's so many things you could do with that curry powder, and this is only one of them. If you want to see why I actually made the curry powder in the first place, then check out the Northern Thai curry that I made from a big slab of pork belly. And these ribs, absolutely delicious. If you want to learn more delicious recipes from School of Wok, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ding, hit that notification bell. And we'll see you for more food. Oh, good. Oh, so good.